I found my mother on Ashley's roof with my friend and her father, helping install their annual Christmas display. This invariably involved Santa and his sleigh, but the Rossis relied on my mother to give each year's display a distinctive character. During Ashley's King Arthur phase, for example, Mom had made Santa into a knight and the reindeer into unicorns. Last year, she had made Santa fly over the Manhattan skyline, which she outlined in Christmas lights. When I arrived, Joe Rossi was urging Mom to make the reindeer's antlers into menorahs in honor of our family's heritage. She thanked him, but declined. This year, Santa was much slenderer than usual. He was wearing a top hat and a tall collar. "Looks crisp," I called up to them. "Oh, honey, you're back. You look so short down there," my mother called down. "The door's open. Come on up," shouted Joe. "No, that's okay. I'm done up here," said Mom. "Hang on, I'll be right down. Oh, Ashley, are you coming too?" The two of them vanished through the roof's trapdoor. I could have told her, but didn't, that the tree made a quicker and easier route, and emerged at the front door. Joe waved at us from the roof, where he stayed to admire their handiwork. "How do you like Mr. Darcy as Santa?" said Ash, as the three of us went into Helen's Treasures. "Ned suggested putting bonnets on the reindeer, but when your mother tried it, they wouldn't go over the antlers." "Oh, that's Darcy? Do you think playing Santa is really in character for him? Seems more like something Mr. Bingley would do," I said. "Very well, Mr. Bingley, if you prefer," said Ash. "Most people seem to think it's someone from A Christmas Carol anyway. Philistines. So, how was your Thanksgiving? Were your step-cousins there? Was it utterly unsupportable?" "Yes, did you have a nice time, honey? Aunt Ruth sends her love," said Mom. "She gave me a new coat that Molly's grown out of already. It should fit you. That girl's growing even faster than you are. Oh, and one of your friends came by the shop on Wednesday and left something for you. Wait a sec, I think I put it in the desk." She rummaged around for a while and came out with a small package. "Who was it?" I said. "One of the Gerard twins?" "No, a boy. Nice-looking young man. He introduced himself, but I'm sorry to say I was a little distracted and I don't remember his name. It was busy here Wednesday. I sold all the reindeer soap." "What did he look like?" said Ashley. "Was he of middle stature, about Julia's height, with lightish brown hair and deep, soulful brown eyes?" He could have been. I'm sorry, I should have noticed better. I forgot, you girls are getting to the age where you need all the details you can get about boys." Casting reproachful glances at Mom, Ashley and I carried the package upstairs to my attic. "It's from Ned! I know it is! Does it have a note? Open it!" cried Ash, bouncing wildly. "No note, but there's writing on the box." I read, "Had enough waddles this season? If not, here's sweets for the sweet. Yours ever—" I can't read the name. "Let's see. That must be E something D. What's Ned's middle name?" "Does he even have one? That looks nothing like an E, more like a C. Chris Stevens? Could that be possible? Too bad it's so smudged," I said. "Of course it's an E. Well, I guess it could be an N. N-E-D, maybe? How do you get an N from that? It's got to be a C or a G, or maybe a sloppy script A. Something open on the right. Well, I guess it could be a really messy capital E, but for sure it's no N. Here, give it back. Let's see what's inside." The box contained a gorgeous chocolate turkey, its plumage delicately marked in 3 colors of chocolate, dark, milk, and white. "Sweets for the sweet! Is that not a chivalrous thought? That settles it. It must be from Ned." "Or whoever sent it could be calling me a turkey," I said. Nonsense! Ned would never suggest such a thing. He has too kind a heart. Why would Ned give me a chocolate turkey? Oh, Julia, do not pretend you do not know. Chivalrous young men courted their chosen ladies with gifts of sweetmeats, even in King Arthur's time. As for the turkey, well, it is Thanksgiving. Whatever Ashley said, I didn't believe Ned was the turkey giver. For one thing, he couldn't spell, or at least he couldn't type. Of course, the note was handwritten. That could explain the absence of typos. Still, it didn't sound like his style. But if not Ned, who? Chris Stevens, Mr. Igsum himself? Unappetizing thought. Seth Young? Dean Hansen, perhaps, as an apology for his turkey-faced colleague's treatment. Surely not. My mother would never call the dean a boy. And similar reasoning ruled out Zach Lew, since she would have recognized him. Grandison Parr, then? Possibly. The reference to Waddles suggested, if not the dean, then Ned or Parr. Nibbling on a bit of the tail, first-rate chocolate, I felt my heart begin to beat faster. From the sugar? Or from a powerful feeling that I would not allow myself to put into words? But would my unspoken hopes turn out to be hollow after all? As hollow as the chocolate turkey that was vanishing before my eyes? And whoever the kind turkey giver was, how would I express my gratitude? Obviously, I couldn't just thank all the candidates, or the ones who hadn't given me any chocolate would think I had left my mental marshmallows in the microwave a bit too long. After some deliberation, I sent email to Ned, Parr, and Seth, thanking them in general terms for their recent kindness and slipping in a reference to Thanksgiving. I hoped that the innocent guys, the ones who hadn't sent me a turkey, would conclude that the theme of the holiday had made me think grateful thoughts. As for the chocolate giver, I hoped he would interpret my message as a response to his gift. And if the turkey had come from Chris, he could just consider me rude. He would get no thanks from me. I hadn't asked him to shower me with turkeys. He would have to do more than ply me with chocolate to worm his way into my good graces. I received the following answers. From Parr. Dear Julia, what a sweet message. But it's the other way around. I'm the lucky one. CGP. From Ned. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Julie. I am glad you and Ashley are in the play. It's much more fun than any other year. From Seth. Hi, Julie. I was touched to receive your message. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, and I look forward to seeing you when school resumes. Yours, Seth. Inconclusive, I thought. Nobody either acknowledged or repudiated the turkey. Well, at least if it was one of them, he wouldn't think me rude and ungrateful. After the holiday, the pace picked up at school. Final papers and exams approached, and the deadline loomed for the winter issue of Sailing. Work on midwinter insomnia slowed dramatically, however, since finals were an even bigger deal at Forefield than at Byzantium High. With rehearsal time given over to review sessions, our schedule shrank to a weekly rehearsal. The minimum we can meet and still expect to have anything left to forget by the time we get to winter break, as Benjo put it. My part was so small, and my partner, the dean, so rarely around during these weeks, that I had almost nothing to do but prompt the others. I spent my time watching Ashley, as Hermia, chase after Ravi, as Xander, and defend herself from Igsum Chris's accusations of coldness. As Daniel, Chris sang, Half an hour of hanging out with Hermia would give a seal or walrus hypothermia. She's the queen of ice. She doesn't know the meaning of nice. Turn the thermostat up and crank it. I need another sweater and a blanket. Ash, Hermia, responded, "Insinuating snake, he's a man on the make, out to get what he can take and take what he can get, which